Greetings, everyone. My name is Roderick Bacon, and I'm representing Team Hope with Lionshare. Hope in helping what is hard helping what
helping our people earn Ethereum every day.
helping our people earn Ethereum every day. Team Hope. But look, what we want to do today is give you guys an informative presentation because the problem we've been coming up against is that even though cryptocurrency has been around for a while, people don't understand what cryptocurrency is. So what we're going to do is, one, give you an explanation of what cryptocurrency is, and we're also going to introduce you to the Lionshare opportunity. But first I want to say, this is the disclaimer we want. First off, this is not a pyramid. This is not a gifting program. What this is a business. It's a multi-level marketing business, sort of on the lines of carrot bars where you invest your money to get gold. What we do, we invest our money to get cryptocurrency, in this case, Ethereum. So what we want to do is give you the basics, give you the fundamental of what cryptocurrency is, because the problem that we've been facing is that people, believe it or not, people don't know what cryptocurrency is. And so now we want to just break that down so you'll know what you're investing your money in. So first person I'm gonna bring up is Dan Alcorn. He's a financial specialist. He's been in the business for over 20 years, and primarily his goal is to fund individuals, fund corporations, fund them with money to get their projects up and going. And then after that, I'm gonna introduce you to a marketing specialist, Mr. Harvey Hill. He's made six-figure income in a lot of companies, and so we're gonna just put it all together. But first off, we want to just give you the crypto 101, and I'm gonna introduce you to Mr. Alcorn.
Hi, Dan Alcorn here. I am going to, for the next few minutes, speak with you a little bit about cryptocurrency. Just kind of a primer on it, what it is, what some of the characteristics of it are, and where it may be going. And that way, perhaps, if you're considering jumping into the world of cryptocurrency, we can give you some basic information that will help to guide you with that. So with that, let's jump right in, shall we? And probably the first question that comes to mind would be, well, what exactly is cryptocurrency? And the answer, stated very simply, is that cryptocurrency is a new kind of digital money. Now, it's not the same as sending your government fiat money digitally. As an example of that digital money, you would be digitizing the US dollar through sending it, say, over Cash App or PayPal or Vimeo or Zelle or some of those wallet technologies like that. No, that's not cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a completely new technology, and it can be said to be a cross between a currency and a digital asset. That is, it can in some places be used to purchase goods and services. That's the currency aspect of it. And more broadly, it is used as a means of acquiring and storing wealth, which is the asset function of it. So you may ask, why was there a need for a new kind of money? After all, we already have money, right? What's the need for another kind? Well, the answer is that there are large problems with the money that we have now. The money in today's world is manipulated by central banking agencies. And as a result of this, that money loses its value year after year due to inflation. An example of that would be the United States dollar, which has lost about 95% of its purchasing power over the years from 1913 up until present. Compared to that, cryptocurrency brings major improvements. Major improvements compared to those fiat currencies. In fact, there are 6 things that are necessary for an asset to be considered a cryptocurrency. And here they are. The first thing is that it's decentralized. That is, instead of it being controlled by one person, one group, any of that, that it is a matter of distributed consensus. That is, everybody knows what all the transactions are. They have access to that because it's an open ledger. It's not a secretive situation, and therefore, people involved are not able to go in and change the value of money by changing the supply of it. As a matter of fact, most cryptocurrencies, when they're born, already have a date in mind when the last of that currency will be produced and the rate at which it will be produced until then. This keeps it very stable and helps to enhance that value. Because at the end of the day, the big proposition for cryptocurrency is one of value. The second thing is that the system keeps an overview of the cryptocurrency units and the ownership of those units. Now, thirdly, well, actually, I guess before we go to the third point, I should have mentioned that number 2 is maintained by something that's called a blockchain. And that's the technology on which cryptocurrency is based, actually. And the blockchain is simply a growing list of records that we call blocks that are linked together using cryptography. Now let's stop there for a minute and let's take the fact that these blocks basically contain financial information and are the place where the value of the currency is stored. And each of those units, those blocks, is owned by someone, I guess you could say, and they are all linked together using cryptography. Cryptography is the means that they use to keep things safe. It means that it's very difficult for you to counterfeit, hack into, or otherwise alter cryptocurrencies, which by their design are very, very resistant to any kind of change or alteration. Next, number 4, the ownership of cryptocurrency can only be proved cryptologically. So that is another of the checks that makes certain that there is no introduction of new money that's unauthorized. That is, it can't be counterfeited, can't be hacked, or it cannot be otherwise altered. Fifth thing is that the system allows transactions to be performed in which ownership of cryptocurrency units is changed. That gives you the mechanism to trade it. That you could buy it, sell it anytime that it moves around one way or another. That's controlled by the system. It's an inherent feature of a cryptocurrency. And the sixth is that if 2 different instructions for changing ownership arrive simultaneously, at the very most, one of those changes will be made. And this is the mechanism by which they control double spending. Double spending is virtually impossible with this currency as well. So basically, we've described something that is very safe, something that will maintain its value, something that can't really be counterfeited or hacked or otherwise altered. So we could call that a brief introduction to what cryptocurrency is, and you shouldn't be very concerned if you didn't completely understand that. Don't worry. After all, a more useful mindset might be to determine whether it could be useful to you. Think about this. Do you know how your television set operates? Probably not. You do know, though, that if you turn it on using that remote or the switch or whatever you do, it'll show you a picture and it'll give you sound. And with that, you can look at the news, you can look at your favorite programming. So you know that there's a benefit and you've learned how to access that benefit, and that's what's important. You don't know how an aspirin works. And as a matter of fact, on that one, you'd be surprised to know that most doctors don't either. But the point is that you do know that if you take two of them and you wait a little while, chances are very good your headache will go away. So you know what the benefit is. You don't know and you don't care how it works. But you know it's useful to you and you use it. That might be the outcome with cryptocurrency for you. So, we've looked at some characteristics of it, but as the proof of the pudding is in the eating, so the true measure of cryptocurrency lies in how it performs. And we're interested mainly in how it performed as a currency and how it performs as an asset. Now, please remember that cryptocurrency is a digital asset which is designed to function also as a medium of exchange. Those are the characteristics, or some of the characteristics, as you'll remember, of cryptocurrency. So, as a currency, how has it performed? Well, as a currency, it's come a ways, it's come west, but there's still west to go. That is, it's come from complete obscurity to where it does have about 13,000 businesses worldwide that accept it in payment for goods and services. But think about that. There are probably more stores in the county that you live in than 13,000, much less throughout the entire world. So that's really not a lot of saturation. And, you know, while you can go to those places and use it as currency, the rest of the world still kind of needs to catch up. So it'll probably be a while before it reaches mass acceptance as a currency. But that is changing. As a matter of fact, I just heard news the other day that one of the large banks in the United States is looking at a cryptocurrency and has announced that they'll be using this cryptocurrency as a means of handling their international transactions. And that'll drive some business in cryptocurrency. I also saw an article a few days back where a large strategy company has put $250 million of its assets into cryptocurrency as pretty much a buy and hold strategy, looking for asset appreciation out of it. So we are getting to a point where it's going toward mass acceptance, but it's not quite there yet. So how does it perform in terms of the other thing as a digital asset? Well, cryptocurrency has had a stellar performance as an asset, and my favorite example there is Bitcoin. Bitcoin came into existence, well, the original white papers on it were written in 2008. The software or the code was written open source in 2009, and Bitcoin became publicly available in 2010. And when it did, if you had known about it and you wanted to go out and buy some, you could have gotten it about 30 cents per coin. Mind you, you would have had to take a $100 stake in it to buy any. But let's take a look at what your results would have been if you had just kind of thrown it in a drawer, so to speak, and forgotten about it until today. Well, that coin that was 30 cents back in 2010, just 10 years ago, is now worth $11,546.78 as of about 4 o'clock today. So if you had taken that $100 stake in Bitcoin and you'd held it for those 10 years, your investment of $100 would now be worth $3,848,926.67. Well, there are people who'll say that, well, yeah, but that's a really volatile market. Do you really want to? Well, in my mind, yes, there has been some volatility. That cannot be denied. However, if you had bought the Bitcoin and you'd stayed the course, and 10 years later, riding out that 10 years and having over 3 million% capital gains, I think is pretty hard to beat. I don't think you can name many other things that would have performed anywhere near that. And while Bitcoin was first, and it is for many people the face of cryptocurrency, there are some other players. As an example, Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. It introduced the revolutionary smart contract technology. Ethereum might well be uniquely positioned to provide you with even greater gains than Bitcoin at this time, because to some degree Bitcoin is a little further along in its maturity. Right now, Ethereum is trading in the high $300 range, which is about where Bitcoin was when it was 5 years old. Bitcoin's 10 years old. Ethereum is now just about 5 years old. So we've got a lot of folks that are suggesting that Ethereum is going to have as meteoric and perhaps even more so a rise when compared to Bitcoin. And the barrier to entry is lower. If you were paying attention to that last comment, the difference in the entry price is the difference between something in the high 300s, like in the 360s, 370s, somewhere right in there, to $11,500. And when you're talking about Ethereum possibly closing that gap, you would now be in a better position to benefit by being in Ethereum. So opportunity awaits. You can transfer some of your fiat money into a cryptocurrency, and you most likely will have an opportunity very shortly to look at and evaluate an opportunity. And, in my mind, it would be wise to pay close attention and see it is probable that this could be very helpful to you. So, with that, I'm going to give it back to Mr. Bacon and let him introduce the next speaker.